I'm Rick Smith, and I'm obviously standing on a practice tee. This is where I call my home. But when you go to the practice tee, you have a tendency to just hit balls one after the other, always looking for the secret. But I'm standing in front of something here that's one of the coolest things I've seen. It's a Swing Caddie portable launch monitor. And this is going to make a difference for your entire game. I don't care if you're a beginner or whether you're a tour player or not. When I'm on the PGA Tour, I see the best players in the world using their launch monitors for one thing, distance control, because that's where it's at. Most people that are out there trying to get distance, they're trying to create more speed, but you know what? They mishit it. And especially if you're trying to get better as a player. The goal that you're going to have data that's going to help you to find the center of the club face. And that data is going to help you to play. When you go play, you can't be thinking about your golf swing. You have to be thinking about shots, and you have to have confidence in a yardage that you're about to select and hit. When you execute that is when your game and your handicap goes way down. And that's what it's all about. I'm going to show you this because the coolest thing about this is I'm standing here and I have the Swing Caddie very, very small remote. And I can just put it in my pocket like this. And look at the size of the Swing Caddie. It's very small. I can put that in my golf bag. I can even put that in my pocket if I wanted to. But what I'm going to start off with my session, I'm hitting a sand wedge, and I have dialed in sand wedge. I hit SW, boom. And when I do this, I've got sand wedge. Now this is a 60 degree, and I go to loft angle, I know it's 60 degrees. I'm going to press it. If it's 56, I just press it again. 58, I can do that. Now, I'm now ready to begin a practice. And you know what's amazing to me? Some of the best players in the world have told me this over the last 30 years of teaching. They've said, you know, Rick, when I win or when I play my best golf is when I can miss it offline right or left, but when I'm pin high is when I'm dangerous. That's an interesting comment because if you're short or you're long, it makes it very hard to score. So I'm going to just show you how this works. And I'm going to just start off like I would. I have this approximately 3 feet away. It's on my target line. And now it's set for the sand wedge. And you know, these scoring clubs, some of the greatest players in the world, they focus on 10 yards, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, all the way to 120. And they get really good at knowing that distance. In fact, the best in the world will stand up and they're going to hit a shot and they'll say that's 120 or that's 40 or that's 60. And they'll look back and they're going to see in their monitor that typically costs around $25,000. It'll tell them that number, and usually they're really close. So you know what that means? We need to have a device like the portable launch monitor, like Swing Caddie, that's going to help you to really get feel, because when you go play, you have to play with feel. When you're not playing a lot of golf, and you stand up with a laser, or you're going to shoot a yardage, and it says 60 yards. You know what that means when you're not playing much? Not very much. It's because you stand over the ball and you go, what's 60 yards? I don't know what it is. Is it a full swing? Is it a half swing? Is it a gap wedge? Is it a lob wedge? Is it a sand wedge? You don't know. So you've got to learn the feel. So every time you practice, you put the Swing Caddie on the ground and then you begin a session where every shot you hit, you're not thinking about your swing, you're trying to get solid contact and you're trying to get distance control. That is the answer to really making a difference in your game. So as I start off, I'm just going to go ahead and start off with a few little 60s. And as I hit it, it's going to turn around and give me a yardage. And she's going to talk to you when you do this. Okay, so when I'm getting ready to hit this, 30 yards. That was pretty good. She just talked to me. She's got a good voice too. I like it. In fact, when I'm listening, that was 30 yards. So I'm looking at the ball, I'm feeling the length of the arc, I'm feeling the acceleration for 30 yards. So I'm going to stay on this and see if I can hit a couple more that distance. So that should be a little longer. So let's do it again. I'm going to go back. "35 yards. You know what happened? I took a little longer swing there. And I'm going to dial it back. I'm going to go ahead and go to 30 yards. And this is where I have a 60-degree club. And I'm going to repeat that because when I'm standing on a par 5 and I have 30 yards back to the hole, I've got to know how far that is. All right, let's do it again. Here's 30 yards. Okay, so what I'm finding is I'm getting warmed up and I'm trying to hit it 30 yards. I'm finding that my swing, I'm getting a little too much acceleration. So I want to go ahead and try to make a swing that is going to be a little smoother. I'm going to go back a little shorter and then I'm going to go through. Let's see what we do here. Okay, so I'm going to be dialing in my lob. Okay, so 43. So it seems like my golf swing, when I'm making a half backswing with good acceleration, I'm in that 40-yard range. So a 30-yard swing would be a little shorter, a little smaller. So as I keep warming up, I'm going to do one more. I have a lot of spin on this one. Okay, so I'm getting a little warmed up and I'm accelerating. But do you know what I'm really doing? I'm seeing the ball, but I'm getting a very accurate number. And you know what the key is? I just said a key word here, accurate. You can't find a portable launch monitor for the price that's this accurate. I mean, you'd have to spend a ton of money to be able to have the accuracy. The latest in technology and the software that they've created and the hardware with this device is making it fun for me to learn, to me, the most important thing. I'm gonna go to a little longer club. You know, for me, typically when you're playing golf, you're shooting, you're getting a laser, you have a yardage, and it's typically all carry to a certain specific point on the green. Could be behind a bunker, could be in the front edge, back edge, but whatever you're doing, you're trying to get that carry yardage. Carry yardage is everything because that's what you should be thinking about. And the rest is obviously the conditions. If it's firm, the greens are firm, or you're into the wind or you're downwind, you still have to be thinking carry. And this is what it's doing. In fact, the Swiss Doppler radar is really been implanted in this device, and it's allowing me to know and have confidence that I have trust in my yardages. And I think that's what's so cool. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the pitching wedge, and I know I love hitting my wedge different distances. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start off with a wedge, and here I go. That's more of a half swing. Okay, so that's taking a pitching wedge and making a half swing. I made good contact there, which is so important, but I hit it solid and I just hit a little mini wedge 104 yards. I'll do that again. The Swing Caddie has a barometric sensor which is going to help detect the fact that I am in Arizona and it's picking up. See, this is so fun. You know, I'm really getting a better feel. I don't play that much. I used to play a lot. I used to practice a lot, and I just don't have the time. And so the efficiency that I'm getting, I feel like I'm getting a better sense of my feel. Now I'm going to go ahead and start hitting it a little bit harder because those are my controlled shots. See what the Swing Caddie tells me. Okay, so that's 120, 119, and that's my comfortable pitching wedge. And that was kind of what I would want to use tempo-wise on the golf course. You know, typically if all you're doing is swinging for distance, you're not going to hit it as solid. So one of the keys, what RPM can you swing at? You know, and really what I'm getting a feel for right now is what swing is going to help me to hit it more solid and to hit it the distance that my laser's telling me. I mean, this is married to my mind right here. This is helping me to see and actually get accurate data, which is priceless for me. Okay, so I'm standing, I've got a pitching wedge back into a green on a par 4. Okay, very comfortable. And you know, the Swing Caddie's given me confidence that my yardages are pretty dialed in right now already. 117, 119, that's pretty darn good for not practicing much or playing much. And so the data that I'm getting, it's just giving me the confidence. And not only am I seeing it, how many times do you go out on the range and you just hit it? You may laser something, but you can't tell with ridges that are in front of these targets. It's very deceptive on how far you're hitting the ball. So there's a sense of, I really don't know how far I just hit that last ball. I've got the swing caddy telling me exactly how far I've hit it. So I'll do it again and I'm going to shift to another club, and I'm getting comfortable here. And that's just a normal rhythmic pitching wedge. So let me move to another club. Okay, I now just went to my 8-iron. Here I have the swing caddy remote control, which is very simple. You can see the different irons that are here. I can change lofts by adding or subtracting lofts. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to press 8. There's 8-iron, so it's ready for me. Okay, so that was pretty easy. And as I begin, I'm just going to go ahead, as I've warmed up, I'm just going to go ahead and get a little sense. Okay, kind of a simple 149 yards, 150-ish. That's fine. It's so easy. It is so easy to use. And I'm looking back, but it's telling me. So I don't have to go like this. I don't have to pick it up. I don't have to get my phone out and dial it in and look. And I'm just hearing it. And I love that the voice, it's telling me everything. And I don't have to waste my time, which when you're practicing, you don't want to waste your time and take this out of your hand and look, and it just doesn't make sense. It's not efficient. So here we go. Okay, so it's basically given me a speed of about 80 miles an hour too. So it's figuring out the carry, it's figuring out the speed, and for me that's kind of telling me, okay, I know I have more in me, but that is just very controlled. I'll do it again. Okay, I hit that a little bit thin, but I'm going to look here at the smash factor, which is 1.30. Smash factor means it's basically energy transfer. With a driver, it's always going to be a higher number. But for an iron, because it has loft, it's going to have a little lower number. But for me, I was at 130, which for me, I'm probably, when I'm really hitting it well, I'd be at 138, 140 with my 8-iron. So you can then realize when you're looking down at the data, not only am I getting carry, and this is accurate, I'm getting smash factor, which is how centered am I hitting this golf ball? How is this energy transfer from my impact affecting it? Because when you're out with typical portable launch monitors, all you're thinking about is how fast you can swing the club, which drives me crazy as a teacher, because what happens is all you're doing is going, oh, I'm going to hit it harder, I'm going to hit it harder, but your efficiency goes down. And that's not what we want. We want control. We want to learn to hit it in the center of the face, which means you may have to slow down to get the path and the impact right, which means, hey, it's more than just speed. Clubhead speed monitors are incomplete. And what they're giving you is this carry, but it's telling me my clubhead speed. You tell me as a player, you won't start ripping at it to see how fast you can get it. But your smash factor's not measured, not for less than $25,000, to be able to be accurate to understand, I've just mishit this golf ball. I've hit it on the toe or the heel. Slow her down and let's get more efficient. So let me see what I can do with that smash factor number by having better tempo and hitting it more solid. You know what happens? The ball goes farther. I get more efficiency. So let's see what happens and see what the swing caddy tells me here. That was good. Okay, so what I felt, the swing caddy, I'm looking down 90 miles an hour. Smash factor was 140. I'm happy because I hit it solid. And my swing speed really didn't go up that much, but I was really impressed with how solid I hit it. And that's a lot of carry for me for that 8-iron. But that's given me confidence that it's accurate. My smash factor is good, which not many people understand it. I think the key is what you're going to find out. If you're mishitting it, your smash factor is going to be inefficient. And you can just look down at the swing caddy. Okay, I'm going to go to another club. I'm going to take the swing caddy. I've just selected a 7-iron, and I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. And now the swing caddy is ready for me. Now, if your clubs are bent and they have different lofts and you know what those are, you can plug those in by just going this way, and it goes up or it goes down. And there's a range of lofts that you can plug into it. All right, so let's go ahead, and we're moving up into a 7-iron. And now I'm starting to get a little warmed up. And I'm going to take a look at smash factor here. Okay, that was a little thin, and I'm looking at 1.30. The swing speed was about 88 miles an hour. It was funny, my 8-iron went further because I hit it more solid. So I'm just going to work on, for me, to hit it more solid, I try to make sure I move into my left side like this, or I can extend and hit the ball more in the center of the face. I don't want to get scoopy. I don't want to get where my body's working and I'm not finding the bottom of the arch. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and see if my contact is better. Okay, that's good for me. I like that. 170. Smash factor, 1.40. That number is what I want to get in my head. That meant that I hit it solid, and I noticed the distance. It went a lot farther because I hit it more solid. You know what happened? Swing speed was the same. So what's that telling me? A lot of you are out there with, launch monitors and different things, and all you're doing is trying to swing faster to hit it farther. All I cared about was how solid I hit that. I hit that right in the middle of the face, and I maximized my distance because of that. Okay, we're realizing that we have a certain maximum club head speed that we want to achieve and still be efficient and still hit the ball in the center of the club face. So it's the carry that I want, and it's the marriage of solid contact with a certain swing speed that I'm generating that I can repeat. That's how we learn to shoot lower scores and have distance control, just like the best players that play on the PGA Tour. Those players are constantly monitoring those two things. All right, I'm going to switch and go to my 5-iron. That was hard. And now I'm going to go ahead and hit a few 5-irons, and I'm going to just keep in my mind getting the distances. The great thing about Swing Caddie, it's going to record those shots, and I can go to a series of 20 shots and see an average, or I can see all the shots that are coming across, and I can see exactly how far I'm hitting the golf ball. In fact, I hit stats, and I'm seeing swing speed, ball speed, smash factor, and my carry distance. I can see the longest, the shortest, and I see my average. And I'll tell you what helped me the most is every shot I hit, I was getting great feedback. Do I need to go and review that? No, it's all right here because she was telling me the yardage with that certain swing that I was making. I remember that even more. But let's go to the 5-iron, and I've just turned it to 5-iron, and let's go ahead and make sure I'm aimed in the correct direction. Okay, let me look at smash factor, 1.41, 85 miles an hour. Okay, so I don't want to try to hit it harder, but what I am going to do is try to hit it a little bit more solid. How am I going to do that? To hit it more solid, I got to feel myself moving through impact better with my arms extending, rotating my trunk with the club, not doing it without it, okay? So if I do that, I'm gonna get a bad reading. So let's go ahead and do it again. Okay, smash factor. Okay, 1.42. Made a better golf swing. I went ahead and I felt like I really did exactly what I just told you I was trying to do. And I think that's one of the goals. When you get a lesson from someone, You want to be able to take the technical information and turn it really into feel, because golf is feel. I mean, you're not robots. We are not machines. We do not place the club throughout a golf swing. We swing with a motion, in a dynamic motion. The result is, the ultimate is to hit it solid and to hit it a distance that I can repeat. To have swing speed, to have ball speed is the only way to figure out the smash factor. That's that energy transfer that you have with the swing speed, the ball speed. There's a division of the two that creates that 1.5 or 1.3. It's basically saying the energy transfer from the club head to the golf ball, the efficiency. That's what we want. If you swing hard and hit it on the toe or the heel, you will lose so much distance because you have not had a good smash factor. Let's just say this, for example. Here's an iron. And let's just say that perfect is 1.42 on an iron. I hit it on the toe or the heel, it could go down to 1.25, 1.31. It goes way down. And you know what the distance does? It goes way down. Carry distance, way down. Ball speed, way down. So what's more important? I'm going to go to the driver. I'm going to just switch it to driver. I'm going to go, it goes from 8.5 degrees all the way up to, here's 11, 11.5, 12, 12.5, back to 8.5. All I have to do is switch this. This is 9.5. Here we go. So, ready or not, here we go. Okay, so it's going in that vicinity. Now that was a little more solid. It was 144, but it's still low for me. I've got it, the more that I can get that smash factor to be up by 1.50 is when I'm maximizing my speed. Isn't that what you want? So on that one, it's 107 miles an hour, which is just below tour standard. In senior tour, it'd be normal. Ball speed is getting closer to 160, which is okay for me. The smash factor is still a little low. So I'm going to try to get more efficient. And this is what I like about it, because you can maximize. If all you have is swing speed or club head speed, do you know what you're doing as a player? You're coming out of your shoes. And guess what? You're not hitting it solid anymore. So you don't want to ever have a device that is chasing distance. I mean, if anything, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to slow down so I hit it more solid. I'm going to sequence my swing better so I hit it and I'm more efficient with my speed. You know, I'm going to try another driver, because that driver, I just felt like when I made a good swing, it went out too low. So I'm going to try another one. And again, what I'm looking for is the greatest amount of speed, the greatest ball speed, and the best that I can find with smash factor, the highest number. So let's see what we have. I have a new driver here that you can almost fit yourself. I mean, in terms of finding out what's good for you. Okay, so speed was decent, smash factor was a little bit better. And really what I'm finding out, those three numbers, they're all relative. I mean, getting the swing speed, it's telling me I need to practice a little bit more to get my speed up to back to the way it used to be, and I can do that. But smash factor, it's just telling me, you know what? If I'm going to hit it longer, I'm going to have to hit the ball more solid, because the swing speeds are all within a few miles an hour. Even when I have a drill where I raise my heel and I get longer, and then I have more speed, more snap. It maybe goes 3 or 4 more miles an hour faster, but you know what it's all about. I want to hit it in the fairway. I want to repeat and get into a rhythm. And what I'm finding with the Swing Caddie, unlike any other portable launch monitor, and back to portable, look how portable this is. This hardly weighs anything. I can stick it in my pocket. It reminds me of my phone. And then I hit a button and everything's right here. This is really portable, but it's making me a lot happier about, I'm not just in a contest about how fast I can swing the club. It's giving me the data that's going to help me to grow as a player, and giving me the feedback that I really need for my distance control, because again, that's where it's at. Learn to go out and play a round of golf and play with distance control in mind. That means you're going to have good rhythm. You're not going to go fast one time and slow another, and that's part of repeating and shooting lower scores.